Hi guys, I'm Jordan and this is Healing the Curse, where we talk about domestic violence prevention, education, and promote a faith-based healing. So I'm coming to you guys in a new environment. I hope you like it. We're in the library this time, it's September, and this is Ohio, so just trying to find somewhere that we can go, when it gets cold outside, and also the audio from the wind. I'm trying something new here. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Really, I'm just here with you guys with another message on prevention education. So this is going to be a video all about the red zone. So pause right now if you know any college campus, like freshmen or transfers, if you know any high school seniors who are going to college next school year, I want you to send them this video. This is all about protecting them from sexual violence. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share this video, and let's get right into it. We are talking about the red zone. What is the red zone? The red zone is the time period between August, or the beginning of school, until November's Thanksgiving break, where over 50% of sexual assault cases are documented on a college campus. Over 50% of sexual assault cases are documented on a college campus from August to November. That's like 4 months. That's crazy. So I think we can all guess, maybe, who is the most vulnerable person on college during this time period. And that is going to be your freshman girls and your transferred girls, right? Now, why would that be the case? Why the freshmen? Why the transfers? Because they're new. They're new to the environment. Everything is new. You're into a new space. You're having this newfound freedom, especially if you're coming from high school when you're living with your parents, to all of a sudden going hours away to college, and you're in this new area. You have this new freedom, this new sense of independence. Everything is new. All of the college organizations are going crazy with parties. You have the frat party over here, the sorority party over here, the back to school party over here, the Halloween party over here, right? You have all of these new celebrations going on because these organizations are trying to recruit new members. Everything is new. And that is why it is so important to understand all the preventative measures that you can take to keep yourself and your loved ones protected. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the very first thing that we could do to protect ourselves from the red zone, right? And I didn't know about any of this stuff when I was an undergraduate at UNT. I had absolutely no idea what the red zone was. I hardly knew what consent was. I definitely did not know what Title IX was. And that is why I feel it's so important for me to share this information with you guys now, so that you can better equip yourself and have more knowledge than what I had when I was an undergraduate. A lot of us, when we're going to school, we usually have a top 2, top 3. We go and we tour different campuses, and then we choose one and we move right in, right? Well, I would say it is very important for, on that move-in day, you and your family, or you and your friends, whoever that you move into campus with, even if it's just yourself, take another tour of campus. Understand where your dorm room is in relation to the rest of campus life. This is so important to know the layout of your college campus, because you are moving away and it is all on you now, right? So you want to know what your environment is, know the safe spots, know what's not safe, know how to get back to your dorm from different locations on campus so that you're not wandering around lost, especially at night. So take a tour of your campus. Understand who's there to support you. So get to know your RAs, your residential assistants, right? Those are the people who are there, who know the campus, who understand the campus, but are there to protect the people living in the dorm. Know who they are. If you can, get their phone numbers and just block it into your phone just in case. Know where the security buildings are. Know where different locations are that are designed to help you out as a student. Know your location. My next suggestion is to adhere to that buddy system that we all were taught this in elementary, that 2 is greater than 1, right? If I'm walking down the street by my lonesome, it's easy for someone to come and attack me. But if I'm down the street with somebody else, it's not going to be as easy for one person to attack 2, right? So have that buddy system and keep that in place, especially when you're new on campus. That way you have someone there to your defense, and you can be at someone else's defense as well. It's just a natural barrier to not attack 2 people versus 1. So have that buddy system. If you are unable to walk around campus with a partner, have someone on the phone with you, or have someone that you can text when you make it to your destination safely. If I'm going to the store late at night and I'm walking on foot, if I can let my friend know that I made it back to my dorm safely, then I know someone else knows about my safety level. If I never got to send that text, then I have someone who might be wary, like, well, Jordan was going here and they didn't make it, right? So just having that buddy in place, whether that be with you physically or even on the phone, if you cannot have someone there with you physically, adhere to the buddy system. My third preventative tip would be to understand consent. That way you know your sexual boundaries. Understanding those boundaries, being able to communicate those boundaries with others will help you so much. Not only will it give you a respect and a mutual agreement when actions start to happen, but it will also give you the confidence to end what you're not comfortable with. So understanding your boundaries, being able to communicate those boundaries are going to be a tool in your back pocket to help you prevent any unwanted sexual attention. Let's get into some things that I mentioned, that Title IX. Let's talk about consent. Let's talk about these things and how they can help prevent you from being a statistic. Speaking of statistics, I do want to talk about some crazy ones, right? I had said over 50% of sexual assault cases occur in the first 4 months of a school year. That's a big number. But what's even greater is that 90% of sexual assault cases on college campuses do not ever get documented. So we have over 50% happening in those first couple of months, but we have over 90% of cases never going documented ever in that school year. 1 in 5 women have reported to being sexually assaulted or harassed in their time on college campuses. 1 in 5 women, 20% of women, have experienced some sort of sexual assault, sexual harassment throughout their college experience. What rights do we have? The Title IX Act was passed by Congress in 1972. Everybody on campus who makes up the college experience, from the students to the staff to admission officers, everyone is protected under this Title IX Act. This act is to shut down all and any of sexual harassment comments, assault, rape. This is the place that you go to find help free of retaliation. Any campus, any university, college that has any federal funding has a Title IX office designed specifically to protect gender-based violence or any sexual violence that occurs. I remember when I was an undergraduate, there was posters everywhere, especially in the dorms, talking about consent. I'd never really heard of consent. It is now a topic that is talked about often thanks to the Me Too movement. It is the mutual and explicit agreement for any sexual act that occurs. What people typically do not know is that consent can be revoked at any time. I can give consent prior to experiencing an act, right? And if I feel uncomfortable, I can revoke that consent at any time. Coercion, manipulation, and force automatically means that there is no consent. If you have to use force, manipulation, or coercion to get sex, that is unconsensual sex and should be reported to that Title IX office. How can you protect yourself if you are at a party, right? Or if you are a witness to any sort of sexual abuse. Protect yourself, protect others by being an active bystander. An active bystander is any witness who directly intervenes when they see any sexual abuse or injustices occurring. So when we think of active bystanders, we can think of 5 Ds, right? That is distract, direct, delegate, document, delay. What are the 5 Ds? If we are going to distract, we're going to cause a distraction in hopes that that will stop what is going on, that injustice being occurred, so that the survivor of that situation can escape it quietly, right? So if I'm at a party and I see something going on that doesn't look right, I can cause a distraction. Maybe I do a backflip, I scream, I do something to get the eyes on me and the attention on me. That way the survivor can quietly escape that situation. That would be me being an active bystander. I can be a direct bystander if I saw that injustice occurring and I go up and I approach, hey, this is not right, stop, you're coming with me, let's go, right? And I get that survivor and we walk away. That would be me directly intervening. I can delegate. If I don't feel comfortable going up and directly intervening, I can scope out the situation. I can scope out some people and get them to come and help me, and we can intervene together. Or I could get a professor or a security guard or someone else that I feel is more equipped to handle the situation to go in and to intervene. So that would be an active bystanding by delegating and getting a group of people to help me intervene. I can document. Almost all of us now have some kind of recorder in our back pockets, our smartphones, right? I can pull out my phone and I can videotape what is going on. And once I have that video clip, I can go up to the survivor and provide her with evidence that she can use at that Title IX office. I recorded this video, here's evidence, please take this, right? And that would be another act of being an active bystander. And the last one is delay. Let's say I'm catching the tail end of something that just doesn't look right. I can sit there, wait it out. If I don't feel too comfortable actually going in, right? I can wait it out. Then I can provide my empathy later on. Hey, I'm so sorry I saw what happened to you. I'm here for you. You know, if you want to walk to the Title IX office, I'll do that with you. If you just want to talk about it, I'm here to listen to you. It's to be that safe place, to offer that empathy, and it's just a delaying method in the 5 Ds of active bystanding. Those are different ways that you can go to the aid of a survivor if you were to see any type of abuse, any type of sexual assault or sexual harassment going on, how you can input yourself into help others. College is so fun. Like I said, it's so new. You have all these different experiences going on, all these parties. It is no wonder why college has the reputation of intoxication, right? Drugs and alcohol is being experimented with. It is nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed about or to even judge. Like, I did it. I know a lot of people who did it, right? It's so easy to get your hands on and it's so easy to experiment, but it is very important that you understand your own limits and you do not exceed those limits. Understand how many drinks until you are drunk. You don't want to get blacked out drunk, right? Drink, but drink safely. Experiment, but experiment safely, right? So even if you have to have that buddy system in that situation, right? Have your designated driver or your designated sober friend who is there to make sure that things are happening safely, right? Someone who is there to kind of babysit the group and you switch off every party you go to, right? But that person is there to just kind of observe and to witness, scope out the environment, and witness what your friends are doing. Keep everybody safe, right? Adhering to that buddy system out in parties and understanding your intoxication level. Drugs and alcohol are mind impairments, right? They alter your mind. They alter your decision making. That's what they're designed to do. So being able to be cautious of that and knowing your limits and to having that designated friend, that designated sober friend to help protect you will go a long way. It is just as important to understand your boundaries when it comes to yourself or to your sexual boundaries when you are articulating it to your partner to understand what you are comfortable with and what you are not comfortable with, what you can handle and what you cannot handle, or what you choose not to handle. Those are boundaries that are going to really keep you safe in these situations and to avoid becoming a statistic. So let's recap, right? I gave you a lot of information, and let's just recap it all. The red zone is the time period between August and November's Thanksgiving break where over 50% of sexual assault cases are documented. In order to keep ourselves safe from the red zone, we should know our environment, understand our environment, adhere to the buddy system, but also know our rights and our boundaries. So understand what consent is and what you are willing to consent to. Understand your own limits when it comes to experimentation with drugs and alcohol. Understanding your own limits when it comes to your sexual exploration. Understanding these boundaries can really help you understand what you are willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, and to be able to stop situations when they're going just a little bit too far. It is important to understand your rights through the Title IX Act. The Title IX Act protects all federally funded campuses and universities, colleges, and they have a Title IX office. They are specifically to help people and to prevent these sexual harassment and sexual assault cases that happen with anybody involved in the college, university community. Anybody involved is protected under that Title IX Act. Over 50% of sexual assault cases happen in the first 4 months. However, over 90% of sexual assault cases do not go documented while on campus. 20% of women have experienced some sort of sexual harassment or assault on a college campus. These statistics are not here to scare you, but this is information that is presented to you to keep you aware, keep yourself safe, keep your high school students who are going into college next year safe, and to really understand what your rights are on the college campus. This is not a time to be afraid and to scare you from college, but this is a time to protect yourself and to be equipped with the knowledge. So I hope this helps understanding the red zone, and I will see you in my next video.